toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Now a handoff to Blue running left side. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
The 38-yard line.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think?
On play action, Prescott. Here's one deep for Pickens. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defender's minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Yeah, here we go.
Prescott down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
At their own 27-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Here's the local Texas product, J.K. Dobbins. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
Here's Daniels. Over the middle, complete. It's Lane. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You look at this Cowboy defense. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
Cougar 19.
In motion, the tight end. To throw is Daniels. Over the middle, that's the tight end Senate. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, Now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Now Daniels going to keep it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Red. Cowboy 80. Let's go.
They'll try to draw here with Downs. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And the timing a bit off that time as Edward falls to the ground.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Daniels looking to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play and one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, maybe said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And his kick is good. And the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away. And they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Prescott. Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott. He'll find his man on a comeback route, complete. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Prescott yet again. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, here we go.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. Touchdown! Javonte Turpin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Cowboys 7, Commanders 3. Brandon Aubrey to kick off.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Oh, look at the juke. Solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Throwing now is Daniels. Pass caught. It's Lane with it. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Now Daniels. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lane. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Now he'll tuck it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Let's go.
To the air goes Daniels. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But
touchdown, Cowboys! Jaden Blue with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop it.
Aubrey's good with the PAT. And the lead is up to 8. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Slings this deep from McLaurin. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes us down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. Big yardage that time for Washington. And even 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. On first and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's able to get this inside the 10 down to the 9. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving. And running back trying to follow behind them to find you.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Greg Dulcich, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have cut the lead back down to 2. Extra point attempt here still to come. And this is up and good. It brings him within a point now. It's 14-13. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield, and allow the play to be successful.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw is Prescott. Going down the middle, and it's complete. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Prescott. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun handoff. Blue. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Now Prescott. He's got this to Pickens. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one.
First down. First and goal on the 5-yard line.
Here's Prescott. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. This is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime. Aubrey now for the point after. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Next will score Cowboys 21. Commanders 13.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. They definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
That open man that time, they ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Second and 10. Back to throw. Daniels. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Okay,
And
ready?
they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Go!
The final shot before break. Daniels. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, but to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
From the 31, here's a second down and 9.
Let's go now. Ready?
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
On any running play this is called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is fielded at the 27. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 7. Play action now. Prescott. Pickens is there on the crossing route. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
This is Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 8.
Yeah! Here we go,
Play fake. Here's Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 59 yards. And the Commanders are back within a couple of the lead.
Washington will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Pat the 60.
Daniel's going to try and throw for it. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
34-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it out. And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the third quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. They've got to take care of the rock.
He finds his man, complete. That's Lane. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Okay,
Still
ready?
a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Cowboy 80. Let's go.
Now a toss left side for Dobbins. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. J.K. Dobbins, 29 yards. And the Commanders have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And just shed it. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Prescott on play action. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now 2nd and 9.
Yeah! What do you think?
On play action, Prescott. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fade.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. From the shotgun now, here's an inside Gill. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good, well outside the left upright, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
And this is a commentary in today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on them, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Here's Daniels. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. 12 yards on the return that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go. I take 20.
Prescott to throw. Left side to Lamb. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd and 8 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And this is going to be a Commander's 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
Here we go.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Picked off by DeMarvion Overshown. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick six.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and when he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
Now this one setting up for a great finish, all tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They will look to flush the memory of that pick six as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. A first down screen pass, good for 5.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if your team has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. A little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. There's a short one pulled in by Simmons. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To throw is Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game.
Let's go. 19 Charger. Ready.
Daniels looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
What a call right there. That is so well executed offensively. A massive play in this game. And now all of a sudden, they are in field goal range. And with a chance to walk out of here winners.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
A big play here. Crowd on their feet. 3rd and 4.
Cowboy 80. Ready, right?
Here comes Dobbins on the toss right. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And his kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Like that.
Here's Dak. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Commanders have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission.